Good people, sport like it is in session, marching across to the United Kingdom. Barclays Premier League, two massive games this weekend, of course. Everton, Manchester United first up. Let's talk about that. They've struggled at Goodison Park the last couple of years. Of course, the crowd there loves to get on Rooney's back. They squandered a 2-goal lead with a couple of minutes to go last year. 9 combinations in the back four this year, really struggling. Louis Saha trying to get one over his old club. So many little things on the line. Of course, Manchester and Liverpool hate each other. Where do you see this one going? They've got to bounce back after last week, because what a disgraceful performance.
Yeah, tough after losing so horribly to City. I think that result really just put it in perspective as to where United are this season. I'm glad you mentioned the defensive frailties, which are fairly obvious for all to see this year. They really are shocking at the back. United at the start of the season, I always thought we're going to...
Ever and Rio Ferdinand, the guys are making mistakes.
I don't know, Ferdy's just not looking the same sort of player that he was. Ever, I think, might also be a little bit over the hill.
Ferdy, eh?
It's difficult though. I mean, they've really struggled at the back, and at the start of the season I thought they were always going to be one of those sides that would try and score more goals than the opposition. That's how they would win games, not try and limit the sort of damage being done to them. But
that's
they've
what
been
Fergie
really
said
poor.
at the end. He said they were trying to play for the history books. They were always trying to score. That's in the nature. But with 10 men against Manchester City, who cut them to ribbons on the counter attack. And could we just quickly mention Mario Balotelli? What a shirt! I mean, it was so obvious from the broken English. One of the most iconic moments in Premier League history, and it will be iconic going forward. Why always me? It was so obvious that he wrote that.
Yeah.
Thank God he did, not some PR guy. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Goodison Park, United to bounce back?
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll honestly see a better performance from them this week. I hope so. I think the league needs United to be competitive, as City are pretty much running away with things at the moment. I think a good performance from United will get them back on track.
As City hunt new territory, everybody else hunts City. Let's move along swiftly to Stamford Bridge now, where Arsenal don't enjoy playing. Powerhouse of Chelsea up against Arsenal. You know, they've changed things in midfield. They've tried options. They've won their last 3 games on the spin, but there have been narrow wins against the likes of Sunderland. Per Mertesacker at the back will be sighing with great relief that Didier Drogba is suspended after his red against QPR. How do you see this one going? They've lost 2-0 there twice in the last 2 visits they've lost there.
Yeah, difficult to call. I think the all indications should be that Chelsea should take this one and do it fairly comfortably, but I'm just not sure. I'm liking a draw more for this weekend. I think Arsenal have been finding more of the sort of old Arsenal that we've been used to seeing. I think they've shown more of an upward trend of late. Chelsea struggled against QPR, didn't look great. I honestly think a draw is more likely.
See, I completely disagree there with you, mate, because I thought Chelsea actually were brilliant in that game. They were down to 9 men. Let's bear that in mind first. They played, I think, 40 minutes with 9 men. Basingwa was sent off, as was Drogba, who's out this weekend. I'm going for a Chelsea win comfortably in this game. I think that I think they're going to win very, very easily. I very rarely disagree with the Maspero, the future, but I'm going Chelsea all the way this weekend. Too powerful for Arsenal. They're going to get run over. Per Mertesacker is as rigid as Noddy. He's got no chance. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Barclays Premier League action. Some great football to look forward to, as always. Cheers, guys.